What we're going to do is show you 3 different ways you can organize your email. So it will show up visually different, and maybe that will work better for you for your email flow. One of the first ways is by clicking the settings, you can go to display density, and you can choose between these 3. I like the comfortable one. The default one will show up similar to this, so any attachments will be right at the bottom, and you can very easily click on that to enlarge it. Compact squishes everything down pretty small. That's why I choose the comfortable. Next, again under settings, go to settings again, and scrolling down a little bit, conversation view. I always like having mine on. So that means if I email you, you email me back, and we go back and forth like that, it's gonna show up in one email chunk, similar to like a text message, where you can just scroll back through and read all the replies back and forth that we have. If you turn that off, every email that will come in from between you and me back and forth is going to show up kind of like a new email. So one of them lumps them together and one of them breaks them apart. I like the conversation view on myself. And if yours is off and you turn it on or vice versa, don't forget to scroll to the bottom and save the changes. The final one are these tabs that go across. If you go to settings, configure inbox. What it's going to do is create these tabs for you, because right now you probably only have the primary. And it's going to create all these tabs. And Gmail, because it's relatively smart, it's going to start sticking emails into these different tabs where it thinks it should go. I'm going to click Save. For me, under Forms, this is everything that I subscribe to, these email lists. Under Updates, this is where I get the building emails for the various buildings that I'm on their email list for. But let's say this smart utility really should be under Forums. All I have to do is click and drag it to the tab that I think it belongs in. And from now on, every time the smart utility email comes in, it's always going to show up under Forums. Promotions, pretty straightforward. These are things that I've signed up for that are trying to sell me things. Social, any of the social media sites that I've signed up with in the past are all going to show up here. And then the primary is everything that I need to respond to quickly. Now I can always click and drag wherever I think the email should appear. One word of advice is once you set these things up, periodically go back and check in them so to make sure that things are filtering correctly. Ever since I started using these tabs, I've increased my email efficiency by roughly about 37%. The last note on this is there's no one right way to organize your email or how it appears visually. Figure out what works for you and stick with that.